just want to show you a couple of shots from our guest room. I have decorated this myself using almost entirely thrifted items. Let's see if we can get back out. The quilt I made myself, but the quilt materials came from thrifted men's shirts. For sure, those two big white prints with the starfish, those came from a garage sale. There's a little cloche over there on the table that has a shell, and I filled it with some strings of pearls hanging over there. A little table I painted. The shelf is painted by me. Now, I took the curtains down a long time ago. I want to say I'm thinking it was either April or May last year. And here they are. The reason I took them down is because they were too long. I had hung them up, but they were puddled on the floor. So they're a really nice, soft, breezy fabric. So it lets lots of light in, and I think it goes with the nautical theme. And I saw something on Pinterest to make tie backs using this rope trim and these starfish, dried starfish. Let me show you another angle. This dresser I painted myself using Annie Sloan chalk paints. I used a Cricut to make the stencil of the octopus, and lots of distressing, put new knobs on. There's a thrifted picture of the blue nose, which is in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, and a wooden boat. The other picture that's on the table there, or on the dresser there, is it's actually a picture of the church where Doug and I were married, an old pioneer church, built just after, well, probably before the War of 1812, and the little wooden gull there. Let's back out a bit. I think I rewired that lamp. Has lots of bubbles in the glass. And this whale, I bought it for $1 at a church rummage sale. And then it was just plain wood. So I painted it, distressed it, and then again made a stencil from using my Cricut, which I no longer have. I gave it to my daughter-in-law. So lots of handmade and meaningful items here. So I have been putting off doing these drapes for way too long. They've been lying on my ironing board, being moved and moved and moved again. So let's get that job done today. Here's the curtains I want to hem. I got these secondhand. I don't know whether it was a yard sale or a thrift store. I don't know. I've had them for about 6 years. They're 2 panels and they are from IKEA. I wonder if this 1999 represents the year. I'm not sure. I chose these because they're very flowy and lightweight, and they've sort of got this chenille effect, and I think that is really effective. So I shouldn't say I don't want to take too much off. I do. I want to, oops, sorry. Oh, and these are a tab curtain. So I'm going to just fold this in half. And then in quarters. And I'm going to take about, let's say 6 inches. Let's keep it, let's even make it simple. Let's make it 6.5 inches. Just chop that off. I don't know if I can use this for anything, maybe lining a box or something. I don't know. I'll just put that aside for now. Next, I'm going to use my friction pen. Maybe I'll use a smaller ruler. A shorter ruler, I should say. And use my friction pen to draw a line from this chenille point to that chenille point. You know what? I probably don't need to mark it. I was going to use my friction pen so that I could draw a line and then bring the bottom up to the line and I'd know it was straight. But I think that I'm just going to baste, fold over the edge and baste it, and then bring it up to that chenille line. That should be good. Let's cut the other end off. When I baste this, I'm going to use a darker colored or a brighter colored thread so that I can see the basted lines. I can also pin. Maybe I'll pin. Maybe that's what I'll do. If I can reach it. I haven't really thought this out very well because, like I said, these have been sitting on the ironing board for 8 months. So I want to make sure that the hem goes the same direction as the other hems. Okay, I've got this pinned in place, and I've started at the wrong end. I think I would have rather have my hem on top of my hand, but that's okay. So I just started stitching here. You can't see the stitches on this side, and that's the way I would like to keep it. At any time, my camera might go flying. So I'm just going to catch a thread or two. Where this line is, that's not going to show. So I'm actually going to put a double stitch there, so that the thread doesn't get pulled. Yeah, you would be really amused if you could see how I've got this camera set up. I have a cheapo claw attached to a lamp. I've put a cast iron muffin pan on top of the base of the lamp, and the cord of the lamp, I've got that clamped to the leg of the table with a big binder clip. I'm pretty sure that this is not going to last. This looks like a slow job, and it is, but if I could pull this closer to me, remove the camera from between me and the work, I'm sure it would go much faster. So I talked a little bit about the Mark Twain quote, or maybe I haven't, don't know. So there's a famous Mark Twain quote that if it's your job to eat a frog every day, it's best to get it done first thing in the morning. The idea being that, you know, if you have an unappetizing chore, whether it's something like this, a more tedious sewing project, or, you know, maybe a phone call you've been dreading making, or at the office, I often will identify phone calls or emails or files that I really am dreading, you know, either giving bad news to somebody, or you know, maybe they're somebody with a particular personality that's challenging. I will identify what my frog of the day is and get it done. Actually, my office roommate, my office mate, I guess, she made me a set of binder clips that have different frogs on them. So I can, if I have a file that I need to look at, or deal with, then I can identify it the night before and just do what I need to do to get it done. So the story of the frog is one that I share with all of my students as they come through. And having accomplished the frog job of the day, the frog du jour, it really frees up your mind to tackle other things. It feels good to get a hard task. It doesn't even have to be a hard task, maybe just unpleasant. You know, I'm looking for my next frog. I'm looking for a book that I put somewhere safe. It's a cookbook that my grandmother kept her recipes in, and so it's full of her handwriting, and I have been going to scan it for like 4 years now, and I haven't done it. And if I could find it, I would get it done. So it's a double frog. Double frog ahead of me. I have to find the book, and then I have to scan the book so I can share with my siblings and other family members. So it'll be nice to see it and get that job done too. Feel good to get that off my list. So Anyway, I think I'll pause the video now and let's put a knot here. And when I come back, hopefully I will have the the curtains hung and we can look at doing the tie backs. I'm just going to bury this end in here. All right. I apologize for the light. We don't get a heck of a lot of it during the day. And now that I'm looking at these curtains through the through the camera, I can see how crooked they are. I've got to pull one down a little south. I've got a little too much drape in there. Anyway, that's the job done. I'm thrilled with myself that I finally got that off my to-do list. And yeah, so that's all for today. Well, wait a second, I got to tell you what the giveaway is. Please like the video, subscribe, and add a comment below. The giveaway for today is a pair of antique napkins featuring drawn thread work, handworked by someone from the distant past.